Man, tell me a little bit more about, what is it that's so crucial about the mission when it comes to the family or the loved ones of the fallen?
So, when a military member dies while in active duty, just so you know the scenario people don't realize is from the time of death to the date of burial, if they died here in the United States, it's normally 15 to 21 days from the date of death to date of burial. If they died overseas or were killed in the line of duty or killed in action overseas, it's normally anywhere from 20 to 30 days from the date of death to the date of burial. So now you have a family that's been waiting on their loved ones to come home, that they'll never, ever see again. And they're grieving, and these loved ones are young. They're in their 20s or under the age of 30. So yeah, and you might have a widow or a wife, our children, or the parents, whoever the immediate family is, or all of them are they're numb by the time the visitation comes around. They're numb by the time the day of the funeral. They've been grieving and waiting so long and the lengthy process that on the day of the visitation, the day of the funeral, honest fact is they're not going to remember too much about who was there or what happened. There'll be certain key things they'll remember, but I can promise you the one thing they will remember, they always do, is that the tunnel of flags that they drove through from the funeral home to the cemetery, the tunnel of flags that they drove through the whole way, that was set up by members of their community that never even knew their loved ones, never even knew them, but they will remember that community came together to support them and pay honor to their loved ones. They'll remember that for the rest of their life.
Yeah, I've got to say that, I was there Friday, and then when my mom and I and one of my team members with Homestead was there helping on Sunday, that was remarkable to me. I mean, I've driven by funeral sites before and seen a few flags. It always touched my heart, but I didn't really receive the impact of it. Mm-hmm. And as we put the first flags up, it was important. I knew it was important, and I had this heavy feeling almost as we were finishing that mission of putting them up. And you just saw all the people that was smiles, and it's like 3 degrees and cold, and it's terrible out there, but every volunteer is smiling from ear to ear. And when you had mentioned to me just the difference, imagine the difference of a family coming through here to pay respect to their loved one. It's the normal funeral site you would normally see, right? Versus being honored with all those flags every so many feet. It was just a remarkable experience for any of you guys that, if you've driven by a cemetery and you've seen a few flags that seem to stretch on through there, even if it's not for your loved one or your family, maybe just to pay respect, drive through there and take a peek at that scene, and maybe imagine to yourself for a few moments that if you were that mother or father that lost a first responder, a local hero in service, what might that mean to you?
Yeah.
It was just, I can't stop thinking about it, to be honest with you. Thank you for that experience, by the way.
And we're very humbled and honored to do what we do. It's never about me or never about us. It's a team that does it. We cannot do these flag setups without community involvement. So we network and public service announcements and press releases, and social media, trying to get the word out, to get them volunteers in a town that we may have never been to before. I may not even have heard of the name of that town, wherever it is in Iowa or Indiana or Wisconsin or wherever, or even some in Illinois that I went to, and I've lived here all my life, pretty much, that towns I never heard of. And we go to that community, and the smaller the community, it seems to be the bigger support, because, but we still get support no matter where we go, because Americans are patriots. and they want to pay honor to a fallen hero, whether it's a first responder or a police officer or a fireman or active duty military, and we do them all. They want to do something, but they don't know what to do. And we're providing them a way of doing that. And, people ask me, Jeff, why do you do this? How much money you get make? I don't take a dime. I don't take a dime. All the money that's donated goes back to supporting the mission, fuel costs, hotel costs, replacing flags, maintaining our equipment. I don't take a dime. Nobody takes a dime in our organization. But when I get the opportunity to go to a visitation after them flags are set up, and I meet the family, normally right before the visitation starts, and that mother or that father or that sister or that brother or that wife walks up to me with tears in her eyes. They've never met me before, but for some reason, they know who I am, and they walk over and they give you a great big hug and just thank you. That's all I need. That's all the thanks I need. And then something has happened to us over the years that we never even dreamed of happening. Of course, any family member that has lost a military loved one, they're considered Gold Star. So Gold Star family members, whether it's Gold Star wife or husband or our mother or father or whatever, we've had these Gold Star family members show up on flag missions years later. And the first time I seen it, I was like, oh, God bless you. Thank you for being here. I'm surprised to see you. And what I learned from these people is not only they there to pay honor to the hero we're paying honor to that week, that 4 or 5 days. They taught me something. They said, every time your flags fly, they fly in memory of everyone they've ever flown for before. They fly in memory of my son or my daughter or my husband or my wife, whoever the fallen hero was. 10, 15 years ago, these flags flew for them, and they continue to fly once or twice a month. And every time they fly, my loved one isn't forgotten because of the things that you people do.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I don't know how you could possibly put that any better. So everybody, whenever, you see us put out these messages, I got a text from Jeff not long after he and I first met. And I said, how do I get involved? And he said, well, give me your phone number. And he said, when we've got a mission, I'll text you, hero down, flags up. And when I got that text, it just blew my mind. And I got out there, and some of the people, the volunteers that I met were, man, it was almost like meeting another family I didn't know I had.
Yeah.
When you get a group of people that all care so much about a similar thing. And man, it just really, really, like I said, it meant a lot. But something that really struck me was when you said that those flags, they don't just represent that hero that has fallen, it represents the hero that has fallen every time it has been put out for another hero. So whenever you see, hero down, flags up, you don't have to know that person to jump in and want to get involved. If your heart, cries out to help those that have given the ultimate sacrifice for us, if you see that thing pop up on social media, man, share it with somebody. Come on out and meet this great family, because we'd love to have you there as well.